top of Ireland and the land of Connell. You're very welcome to this week's edition of the Connect system. And today we're talking about the eagle. Yes, the eagle. This is the second thinking persona that we have here in the Connect system. So, as you know, if you've been watching all along, there are two that are actors, two personas that are feelers, and three personas that are thinkers. And today we're talking about the eagle persona, which is about 3% of the people. And so let's just get right into it here. Connect system is part of the Sona Sásta system. Now, Sona means happy and Sásta means happy, satisfied. So basically you're looking at living the freedom-based lifestyle. That's what we're after doing, and to be free financially, to be able to live your dream and do the things that you want to do. So now, as you can see, we're talking about the thinker, the eagle, the Connect system, and miscommunication. Now, if you've been watching these before, we talked about how important communication is in the workplace. And all of these have been designed for the workplace, however, and for selling. But you can use this to actually connect with anyone. So recently, one of my clients was was actually after looking for a job. And so I was telling her about this other client that we had, that she was able to use the Connect system to get a job straight away and bypass hundreds of people in the interview process. So as a matter of fact, the way it worked was she was interviewing with the basic interviewer. And so then the interviewer had the head of the department come in. And so she was going through the filter to meet the need of that person. And then with the head of the department, the human resources department came in, and she shifted to go through the filter to meet the need of that persona that she was using. And then the head of the department, the big boss, as you were, he comes in, and she could tell he was using a different persona altogether. And she adapted quickly and went right through the filter to meet the need of that particular persona. And that person was so impressed with her that he turned to the head of the HR department and said, hire this lady right now, just hire her. And she says, and it was like Mary Poppins, right? She had all these other people lined up for interviews. And he says, no, hire her straight away. So communication is important in the workplace, but you can also use it in any other place, your whole life, the Connect system. So anyway, we'll run through this. Miscommunication is a big problem in the workplace. 86% of main workplace failures, the main cause is the miscommunication. And 28% of workplace delays is because of miscommunication. And miscommunication affects people on a daily basis 90% of the time. So, and how's it cost businesses? So businesses with 100 employees, it'll cost them about $420,000 a year. So it may not be all in that 1 year, but over time it affects them, and they'll lose business or lose money. They might lose an important sale because of miscommunication. So also that same thing, miscommunication affects businesses worldwide and cost $37 billion. So is what they're estimated at expert market research. I got these for March 2023 figures. So there you go. The Connect system, as you know, there are three types of people: the actors, and they're going to be 32%. Feelers are 45% of the population, and thinkers are 23% of the population. And the 7 personas are we have the horse persona and the beaver persona, and they're the actors. The otter and the collie personas, and they're the feelers. And the lion, the eagle, and the owl are the thinking personas. So they're the thinkers. So they're going to think first and then act or feel. So we're talking about the eagle today. And how do you connect? Everyone has all 7 personas. So the first one that you see is the one they prefer the most. That's the important one. And there might be 1 or 2 right up there in front, maybe even 3, to some extent. But generally, people pick one that they prefer and they stick with that. And the others, like having all 7 masks or personas on, the others are more and more transparent as they decrease in the preference of that person for communication. So in my case, like the horse persona is like a totally foreign language to me. It's my the weakest persona. So that is going to be almost totally transparent. I have 3% of my total 100% profile on it, 3%. And so it's super transparent if I even did it all. And I try sometimes, but I really have to work hard to bring that up and make it more opaque there. So now the key to connecting is that you go through the filter to meet the need, the hidden question, you answer the hidden question to meet the hidden need from others, what they need from you. So if you're talking to someone with a certain persona, they're looking for you to fulfill that need that they have from you. No, it's not like they're not gonna live without it, but that means that's for connection. And so no persona is any better than any other, but that's the key to connecting right there. So these three types of people, the thinkers, are 23% of the population, and they approach life through thinking first. They're going to think and then feel, or think and then act, or think and act and feel. So anyway, they're going to think first. And we've covered the lion, now we're covering the eagle. So the eagle persona is a natural manager, and they're resource oriented. Only 3% of the population are eagle persona people as their first persona that they use. Now, these personas, these are people that are so resourceful that you wouldn't realize that they were great or that they had a lot of money or a lot of wealth. So an example might be Warren Buffett, for example. Well, everybody knows about him, but if you just met him on the street and you didn't know who he was, he's living in the same $25,000, $26,000 house that he bought 50 years ago. Sam Walton of Walmart fame, he's the same way. He drove the same old pickup that he had, when he got rich. So when he started to make the wealth. So they're very resourceful. They're not very wasteful. It's kind of like that Big the Millionaire Next Door, where they're just like a normal person next door, but in the bank they've got bank accounts that are wealthy, in the millions. So these are the kind of people like that, and it doesn't have to be a lot. It can be like your school custodian, your janitor, whatever you want to call them, and they might store away enough to send all the grandkids to university, and have their own. Like this one person, he had his own airplane, his own jet. He was a jet pilot, but he was a school custodian. How did he do that? He saved enough money and used resources and made enough money to support that hobby or that business. So these people love to manage, but they only manage small groups and resources. So small groups of people and resources. And their hidden question is, are you resourceful? Are you managing your life well? How are you doing with your resources? And if you handle your resources well, and then they're impressed, and also they need from others appreciation and quality gifts. So if you're going to give an eagle persona gift, it better be the highest quality or really good quality, otherwise they're going to scoff at it. It's like, I remember this one person was doing a multi-level thing that they were doing, and they were trying to encourage their downline to achieve new goals, and the reward was a diamond tennis bracelet. And so my friend won that, but her husband was a jeweler, right? And so when they got it, they were milky diamonds. They were, technically they were diamonds, but the quality was like C3 and number 3, for the quality for the Canada. So, it definitely was an A1 quality diamond, and so the tennis bracelet was, yes, a diamond tennis bracelet, but the quality was so bad that your teenage daughter wouldn't even wear it, so how is that going to be a reward for motivation? What are they going to do the next time? They're not going to put out for you. They might even leave the company because that's just such an insult. And that particular example would be an insult to anyone that knew jewelry, but In that case, it was even more because that they had jewelers in the family. So anyway, so now the key to eagle persona people is that they're very financial, they're very personal, and they are also very generous or gracious hosts. So they're always prepared for you to come over unexpectedly or expectedly, and they'll be very gracious for you on the time that's in it. But like say that you're selling to a eagle persona person, and they say you've got 20 minutes of time here, and you go in and you're like, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm Saoirse, nice to meet you, here, sit down, and would you like some tea, would you like some bickies, would you like, so they're always quality, stuff like that, and you get to visit it and stuff. And if you don't do your sales pitch, or present the service or the products that you're doing, that that you're selling, then they'll look at their watch and say, all right, well, our time's up, thanks for coming by. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't tell you about the products. It's like, sorry, because they're going to be resourceful with their time too. So you have to think about that. You can't, even though they're hospitable and gracious, and make you feel right at home, they're going to resource their time just like any other resource. And sorry, your time's up, goodbye, so you missed it. So remember that, they are, when you're selling to an eagle persona, that they are resource oriented. And so they're going to manage their time just like any other resource. All right. So now, like I said, they love quality gifts and hospitality. So these are the people that enjoy the fruit basket, if it's a good quality, or, the gift basket. And they also want the high quality over quantity. So quantity doesn't impress them if the quality is not any good. They will be extend gracious and hospitable to you, their hospitality to you, but they use time, money, things, people, and everything as resources, and they look at it resources. Now, my second oldest son has this as one of his high personas that he likes to use, and so we were sitting around the table, and we were eating the Sunday meal, and then we had these takeaway boxes that we had gotten from the restaurant that we had done, and so he says, "Hey, Mom, yeah, what are you going to do with that box? That the sandwich came in." It's like, really, in my mind, I'm going like, it's rubbish. We're going to bin it. Like, what do you think? What do you think we're going to do with it? And but no, he goes, I said, "Oh, I realized that this was his persona." And I said, "Well, Nana Dahi, what are you going to do? What do you think we should do with it?" And he says, "Well, if you cut it out just right, those little slits and the holes can make some glasses, and we can make a costume out of it." And he was like 8 years old at the time. I was like, "Go for it." So there you go. Like, you can have all the boxes and make. It was amazing to see what he does with that resourcefulness that he had with it. Now, a eagle persona, they dislike wastefulness or lazy management. So if you're not managing your resources well, then they're not going to be impressed. They prefer measurable returns on investment with milestones, measurable milestones there too. So now the kiss for the eagle persona is keep it marvelously exceptional. In other words, the quality has to be there and the resourcefulness has to be there. And if you're not doing any of those things, then you'll have trouble selling to an eagle persona. So anyway, that's just a quick overview. And if you'd like to know more, we can set up a Zoom call or whatever, and we can work together on that. Also, the special offer is that if you go to freedomsaoirse.com, scroll down to the bottom, there are the workbooks that go with these presentations, and also a few other resources that we have. Hey, Saoirse here again. I want to thank you for watching the video today and for taking the 15 minutes to watch it. And I would really like to connect with you in person, so at least on a Zoom call. So if you'd like to get on a Zoom call with me and see how I can help you in your business or your relationships with the Connect system, just direct message me below or put a comment in there, say I want to get together with you, and we'll work with direct message there on Facebook, or just go to freedomsaoirse.com and fill out the form, the contact form. Or you can email me directly at info@freedomsaoirse.com. So again, thank you for watching. and have a splendid week. The Shaniga Full.